If you're running a DTC brand and you think that AI ads are not going to work for you, you're probably not using them right. And I recommend that you have an open mind with the formats that you want to test for your brand, because at the end of the day, you would have to test a lot of them to see which would work. It really is dependent on your brand, your USP, and obviously your avatar. In this video, I'm going to show you the top formats that we've seen perform well for our brands. Huge disclaimer here, I cannot promise that these ads are going to work, but the rule that we go by with is you have to test them first in order for you to roll them out as a non-performer. So the first one here that I want to talk about is AI storytelling creatives. And there are good ways and bad ways to do this. I would say the terrible way of doing it is using a UGC creator to just yap in front of the camera, and it's very obvious that they are an AI. So it's either you vary up the format by having it as an interview style like this, having it as more entertaining, using characters like this, or even having an explainer education like this. And I will go through each of them. So I'll play this one.
As a founder, why do you guys keep going on podcasts again and again?
Because podcasts put you in front of someone else's audience, and that trust.
I like this format because instead of just having a talking head video, you actually have a interview style. You can format this as a podcast. You can also format it as a trade show interview like this one. And the fact that you have a child actually interviewing like a professional obviously catches attention. Now, another one that I really like, this is the one that we've made. So I'll play this.
Your 3-year-old should be able to read at 2nd grade level. Yes, you heard that right. Act. Reading is a code. Letters to sound.
So this one leans a little bit more on the education of the products. And obviously we're not using real people here. We're using characters based on Disney/Pixar style. You've probably seen a lot of variations of this done by other brands. It leans more towards health, but we wanted to see if it actually applies towards education/SaaS. And it kills. Like it's doing really well. And so highly recommend testing out this type of format. Another one here is probably one of my favorites, and we've made this last year when AI ads were just, popping up.
This isn't just a jersey. This is the history they tried to forget. This is the Josh Gibson number 20 Gray's Heritage jersey. Gibson hit nearly 800 homers.
The problem with fashion in general is that it's hard to communicate a pain with them unless you're leaning into self-esteem. And so what we wanted to do with this type of creative is lean more about the history of the jersey. And obviously this is more top of funnel, leaning more on the education of the jersey instead of just throwing a sales offer. This one performed really well just because if you're watching the first 40 seconds, it just feels like a documentary instead of a sales video. And that's the key thing around this AI storytelling is you want to tell a story as you go through the entire video. You can either target it as the history of the product. You can do it as an educational story like this, leaning more into Disney style animation or any type of animation so it catches attention when they're on the feed, or even having like a very interesting format like an interview like this one. Okay, so moving into the next type of AI that we lean towards is AI statics. And as you go through these different types of statics, you probably notice one factor that is present in all of them, and that is all of them feels organic. We're not really trying to over design any of them. For example, this one looks like just a notes app. This one looks like a Facebook post. This one is literally a post-it note and then a different variation of that, just holding a banner. All of these statics feel as if a real person either took a screenshot of their phone or took a photo with their iPhone. We've leaned away from overly designed creatives and more into organic, very simple ads like this one. And yes, all of them are AI. Okay, now moving into one of my favorite formats, which is the art of the yap. This is not an AI, and so we're leaning more into real people into this one.
Felix is offering free menopause consultations this new year for a limited time. This is your sign. With Felix, I didn't have to wait to go into a clinic or wait weeks for an appointment. I took a short online.
This is a razor that you buy once. It's a razor that you own forever, and it's a razor that no matter how many times you use it, it functions the same.
I'm catching up on emails right now and booking in appointments, just making sure I'm on top of everything. There's less than a month left in this year, and I really want to go into 2026 feeling like the best version.
Wow. So a common thread between these three videos here is that they do not sound scripted, and it takes real talent to actually pull this off, because if you script it, most UGC creators would just read it word by word and they would sound so robotic. What we've found so far is that if we actually present prompts instead of actual lines to the creators, they tend to respond more organically and deliver it in a very, very natural way. One of the directions that we had for this video here is actually a walk and talk, and that's a really quick way to get a very organic feel in your creative. Add a little bit of a movement. You can do it while they're cooking, you can do it while they're on a walk, you can do it while they are cleaning the house. If it's just a person talking in front of the camera, they have to be really, really good at the art of yapping for it to be entertaining. So this person is a full-time content creator, and she's really good at delivering just the lines in front of the camera because that is her day job and she's very experienced with these things. And so we trusted her to not have a lot of movement in the screen, and she can just talk about her experience with the longevity product. With Henson Shaving here, obviously you have the founder, and so he has the most authority, and the way that he is approaching the information is as if he's just being asked about the product and he's just going off of his own memory about why he made the product. So you can introduce movement, you can have the founder talk in front of the camera in a prompt style, or have a really experienced creator talk about your brand, and you don't have to direct it word by word and line by line, and you can just trust them to use their own expertise with other brands to approach your brand the same way. When it comes to movement here as well, we wanted them to do it outside, because what we've been seeing so far in the past few months is anytime that we have a different location in the creative, so instead of just sitting in the living room like this, we would actually ask them to walk outside, walk at a park, talk in their patio, or even be at work. With the advent of AI and being able to make as much creative as you can and being able to do it at such a low cost, anytime that you can introduce a real person talking about it in a very interesting way, it just stands out in an ocean of AI ads. And just to drive the point home, I want to show you how not to do it. So here's an example, like I said, of a talking head that is just plain and boring, very, very 2023 style UGC, and for 2026 it just won't work.
I was honestly shocked at how fast my function health results came back. I got some back in literally 2 days. But what really sets it apart is just how detailed everything is. It's not just those lab results. You get clinician notes and detailed recommendations.
Okay, so if you compare this to this,
of myself, and a big part of that is health. I did not even wear this sweater intentionally. Health and wellness.
So again, she's talking about randomly what's in the screen here, and here, not to hate on Function Health, I think they make great ads, but I think this one just makes it feel so fake. The way that she delivers it feels very scripted.
Health
and
results came back. I got some back in literally 2 days.
There's really nothing interesting happening in front of the camera until they start showing the lab results, which it's around like 10 seconds in, and so it's not even good for the hook, because if we are to re-edit this, we would put this right in front of the beginning and we would be having more dynamic intro. But right now, as it is, really boring. This is how not to do a UGC creative. Okay, now let's move on to the last format here, which is podcast style creatives. I'll play this one.
What's one thing men in their 40s should really consider upgrading in 2026? Your reading glasses. Because here's the reality. At some point, the menu gets darker.
Awesome. So what I really like about this is you call out the avatar right in the beginning. First 3 seconds, we mention men in their 40s. So we're literally calling out who we're trying to talk to, and within 3 seconds, we talk about the reading glasses. Because sometimes one thing that we tend to do as marketers is that because we don't mention anything with regards to the product in the first 10 seconds, and so people just scroll away because they figure out like, what the hell is this even for? Because people think, why would I watch the entire thing if I don't even know what this is for? Now, this is a podcast style because the setup is that they are looking off screen. It's as if they're talking to a host or somebody like a friend, and it feels as if they're in the middle of a conversation. It's a lot more forgiving than the art of yapping, because with the art of yapping, you would have to deliver it very casually and organically, but this one, you can script it just a little bit more. But just because the format is interesting enough that you have a mic and they're talking off screen, it already communicates that, okay, this is different from the rest of the ads that I'm seeing in my feed. I'll play you another one here.
Yeah, no, that was literally me. Every few weeks, a new battery. Because like...
Yeah. If you notice that the first 2 seconds begins with...
Yeah, no, that was literally...
Yeah, no, that was literally me. So it is as if we're in the middle of a conversation already and we just clipped a part of the conversation. For full disclosure, this is actually part of the script. So the script started with, yeah, no, it was literally me. But it was a way for us to communicate that, okay, this is an ongoing conversation and we just clipped a part of it. We're right into the story of it and it just feels more engaging. Now, the third one here, this is one of my favorite ads actually that we've made so far. And we're leaning into the story of a mom of two.
I was always last on my list every single day. I just accepted that this was what life looks like now.
Ruth, tell me all about your story.
I'm a mom of two. I work full time, and for the longest time, I just...
Awesome. So what I love about this is that one is a conversation between two people, and her delivery is just natural. And the setup of everything just feels more professional than a regular UGC. So it feels really official that it's coming from a real podcast that is set up. For background, this is actually something that we've written and scripted and set up ourselves, but we are using her real story as a mom of two. And the fact that you have a host also prompting the creator to share her story just adds a little bit more dynamic intro to this creative. And as we go through the entire video, we're seeing different b-rolls, we're seeing the person with their kid, because we wanted to show a little bit more of a heartfelt story in this ad. And I think that we were able to achieve that by not just showing her, but also b-roll of her life right there. For avatars that are within this category, they would feel a little bit more connection with this creator and this creative, because it's as if it's talking directly to them, because we mentioned these are for moms. You have to test all of these to see which one could work for your brand, and happy testing.